video is not going to be very popular amongst Trump supporters and fans of Israel, but let's just keep it real here. The Israelites of the Bible are not the same people that are occupying Israel right now, and that's a fact. And I'm going to show you who.
All right, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Ha Kodash. Double honors unto our apostle elders which rule great millstone well, and shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. May you endure unto the end. Shalom wa abba. So the 12 tribes of Israel are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery, exiled from our promised land. Judah is the so-called American Negro. Benjamin is the so-called West Indian. Levi are the so-called Haitians. These 3 tribes make up the southern kingdom. Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. Zebulun, the so-called Guatemalans to the Panamanians. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Gad, the so-called North American Indians. Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians to the Chileans. Asher, the so-called Colombians to the Uruguayans. Issachar are the so-called Mexicans. These make up the 12 tribe of Israel, which have been scattered throughout the world in slavery. So then, if the so-called Negro and Latino and Native American Indian are the Israelites, who are the Edomites? 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 All right? The red devil the Bible speaks of. All right? As you can see, these men, they have white collars, but their skin is clearly red. They're not white. All right? The red devil is the so-called white man, the counterfeit that you have in the land of Israel, and that is ruling the world, all right, through countries like America, all right? The Edomite, the so-called Caucasian, is the red devil the Bible speaks of. All right, so in Matthew 23:12, Yahweh Shai is talking about the Israelites, but this commandment will stay even with the heathen. It says, and whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased, and he that shall humble himself shall be exalted. So these heathen are exalting themselves against us. It says, shall exalt, to lift up on high, to exalt, to raise to very summit. And that's what these heathen do. They go to the summit to talk about us, of opulence. That word opulence, it says great wealth or luxuriousness, which that's what these heathen have done. They brought themselves up. And really, it's the Lord that did it. He raised them up, just like he did in Pharaoh's time, to destroy them. He gave them great wealth, and they've used that wealth against the Israelites. All right, that's Psalm 83. Psalm 83. So they're going to be abased. Psalm 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. So they have raised up against us. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and then the rest of the nations. All right? So these Edomites, they're using their money against us. They're using all their wealth that they've been given against us. And the power that they've been given is to take peace from the earth. All right, but they're going to be abased. They're going to be cast to the earth. It says in Revelation, and verse 7, Revelation 12, verse 7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, which that dragon is that so-called white man, which with his money he's created military might, and he even has a space force. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent that was in the garden with Adam and Eve, called the devil, which he deceived the world, and Satan, the adversary to the elect, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him, which they're going to be in a lake of fire. All right, they're going to be burnt. All right, and then the remnant, because these ones, they have bunkers, these elite, they have bunkers in other parts of the world where they're going to try to hide, but they're going to be alive to serve in slavery. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our power, Yahweh, and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And these are the ones who accuse, all the way down to the poor Edomite. They accuse the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indians of crimes, of evils that they do not commit, or they wouldn't even commit if this was a just system. But it's a wicked system. It's unfair, and unjust balances are an abomination to the Lord. So the wicked are going to be abased. All right? And that's why it says in Revelation 6, they're going to beg for the rocks to fall in on them in their bunkers. It says, verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman hid themselves in the dens, and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the Lamb, and from the wrath of the Lamb being Yahushua. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Which the Lord, he's gonna destroy these Edomites in a horrible way. Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore thou art red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of people there was none with me. So Yahushua is talking about when he comes, he's bringing that judgment. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. And their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my remnant. Because he comes in the word of Yahweh, and it tells you that he's going to punish the wicked and them that do wickedly. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come, which we hope to this year. 2025, this is the year of judgment, where the wicked will be destroyed, their kingdom will be destroyed, and the wicked will be enslaved under the Israelites as we are saved. Shalom to the elect wa abba babal.